Good morning, everybody. It's Mrs McPhillips here today. I'm going to read you a special story. It's one of our children in the nursery's favourite. In fact, her favourite author, the person who writes the story, is Julia Donaldson in this book. And this little girl loves Julia Donaldson stories. I bet you know who you are. Are you ready for the book? A Squash and a Squeeze by Julia Donaldson, the author, and Axel Scheffler, who is the illustrator. Can you remember what the illustrator's job is? Yes, you're right. It's to draw the pictures. Brilliant. So we can see we've got a lady and a goat and a cow and a pig. Oh, and one last farm animal, a chicken. So let's find out about our story. A squash and a squeeze. We've got patterns here of our farm animals. A squash and a squeeze. Goodness me, that looks like a commotion. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. So there she is in a house all by herself. Can you see? And can you see the jug upon the shelf? A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. There's the wise man. A little old woman is asking him to help her. He says, "Take in your hen," said the wise old man. Take in my hen? What a curious plan. Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped round the room, knocking over the jug. "Oh!" the little old lady cried, "what shall I do? It was pokey for one, and it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle, and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." So you can see here, the hen has broken the jug, and I can see that there is an egg on the rug. "Take in your goat," said the wise old man. "Take in my goat? What a curious plan." Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg. Can you see over here? Then sat down to nibble the table leg. Nibbling the table leg. The little old lady cried, "Glory be! It was tiny for two, and it's titchy for three. The hen pecks the goat, and the goat got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." There's the little old man, and there's the little old lady, and there's the goat and the hen on top. Oh my goodness me, what will happen next? "Take in your pig," said the wise old man. "Take in my pig? What a curious plan." So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. Oh my goodness me. Oh, she's so shocked. Can you show me a shocked face like this? Oh, I'm so shocked. The little old lady cried, "Stop, I implore. It was titchy for three, and it's teeny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." Well done for joining in. I can see the pig on the floor and the goat on the floor. What a mess! And the hen is in the middle of the goat and the pig. Oh my goodness. "Take in your cow," said the wise old man. "Take in my cow? What a curious plan!" Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. Oh my God, look how shocked the little old lady is. And the pig and the goat and the hen and the cow is on top of the table. Oh, oh, the little old lady cried. Heavens alive! It was Teeny for 4 and it's Weenie for 5. I'm tearing my hair out. I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, are you ready to join in? "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take them all out," said the wise old man. "But then I'll be back where I first began." So she opened the window and out flew the hen. "That's better, at least I can sneeze again." And she shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. Can you see how they got out the window and shoved out the door? She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. "Just look at my house. It's enormous now." "Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was Weenie for 5. It's gigantic for 1. There's no need to grumble. There's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house." She's shaking his hand and saying thank you. And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-de-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. She's full of frolics and fiddle-de-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. And that is the end of our story. I really hope you enjoyed it. You could talk about it to your family now. What a great story it was, all about a squash and a squeeze. See you soon, everybody. Goodbye.